has a better talent for developing teen pop than Lou Pearlman.
Lou Pearlman.
Lou Pearlman.
An impresario who is in sync with the times.
Refers to himself as the sixth Backstreet Boy.
He was moving all his money.
He messed with a lot of people's lives.
Where's my money?
A new docuseries on Netflix takes a closer look at the talent manager who launched the careers of iconic boy bands, including the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. We're talking to the director of Dirty Pop, the boy band scam. David Terry Fine joins us this morning. Good morning.
Hey, how are you today?
Good to have you with us. You know, he has seemed to be successful with the boy band, so why did he need to create all these fake businesses?
Oh, God, you know, there's so many spoilers. I don't want to give too much away. You know, he wasn't particularly successful with the boy bands.
Oh.
He made some really bad deals, and he needed income. The other truth is that he was a scammer from the beginning. He was inspiring false confidence in people and taking their money long before he was ever a boy band guy.
I watched the first episode. I was fascinated that he is related to Art Garfunkel. He sold blimps, it was such an unusual story. His background is unusual.
There was way too much for us to fit it all in. I mean, there are so many other crazy elements to this story that we unfortunately couldn't pack in. You know, you want to keep it moving, you want to keep people excited. But yeah, you know, it's one of these things where if you wrote it as a script, people would think, you know, this is too much, but it happened.
So did the boy bands, looking back, say, oh, how did we not see this coming? Or did they say, oh, we should have hired better lawyers? Do they determine where they went wrong and how much blame for the problems and how much do they attribute their success to him?
It's a great question. You know, they're so talented, those guys. They work so hard at their craft. And I think, you know, they all sort of said, you know, to a person, hey, look, this was our ticket. This was our shot. This guy came along. He, you know, after Backstreet, the success he had there, he seemed to really know what he was doing in this world. And this was the guy that was our ticket to the big time. You know, I think that they were really, really blinded because Lou was really, really good at this. He inspired their confidence as someone who could make their dreams come true, you know, and he did that to everyone, regardless of whether they wanted to be in a boy band or they wanted to get rich or they wanted to be, you know, close to fame. Lou made people feel like through him, they could do anything.
So this was during, when he first got started, New Kids on the Block was rising and extremely popular. And so he was inspired by that success, but how much did he know about music at that time?
He had been in a band back in New York that wasn't great. They wrote some original songs. You know, one of their songs was one that was an early Backstreet song until, you know, the extraordinarily talented Max Martin and Dennis Pop from Sweden came along and started, you know, really producing a lot of that music and making it what we know today. But, you know, he had a background in music. He loved music. He had a lot of love and adoration for Art Garfunkel, his cousin. So he kind of grew up around music. But, you know, nobody at his company, and really at the end of the day, Lou, they didn't really know what they were doing in the world of music. That, you know, he moved everybody to Orlando. And they started taking talent away from, you know, the Disney infrastructure. And next thing you know, you've got 5 incredibly talented guys and go out and find a songwriter and, you know, the rest is history. You're making hits.
But when you are involved in so many different cons as he was, it would seem inevitable that you would get caught. Did he not think that? And how did he get caught? Was it one thing or did the phone calls just start ringing at the FBI?
Yeah, you know, I think it's important to remember that a lot of Lou's scams were before the internet. So that made it harder to sort of track what he was doing. He was a master forger, so he would forge, you know, fake seals, bank documents, tax returns, and so he was able to get away with a lot for a long time purely because it was a more analog world.
Yeah.
But as far as getting caught, he effectively what happens in the downfall of any Ponzi scheme is a person asks for their money back and they can't get it back.
Yeah.
And they start to panic and they say, well, wait, where's my money? How real is this? And they start looking into it and they call their friend who they told to invest, and it just sort of snowballs from there. And so that's what happened to Lou in the end. Too many people wanted their money back and he had spent it.
In terms of these contracts that the band signed, like O-Town and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, do you feel that that a lesson was learned from that and the music industry has changed? Because you do see still the rise, obviously, of boy bands and girl bands and kind of these, fabricated bands. Do you feel like that there was a lesson learned from all of this?
It's really hard to say.
Yeah.
I feel like the story of the music manager ripping off their band is sort of a tale as old as time. Mm-hmm. There's some incredible managers out there too who are responsible for, putting bands in a position to bring us the music that we know and we love. So, you take the good with the bad, and that's true of Lou as well. One thing about talking to everybody who worked for him was that many of them have very fond memories of him, despite everything that he did. There's this really conflicted feeling for them because he gave so many people opportunities and he facilitated the making of so much great music that's still in our zeitgeist prominently. So, I think you take the good with the bad with Lou as well. There's a lot of bad, and I hope we showcased it in the series. But one of the things we really wanted to do was see if you as the viewer might buy into Lou's BS yourself.
Yeah.
Would you go on this ride? And that's why we end the series with a question, not a grand statement.
Yeah, that's great.
Dirty Pop, the boy band scam, is streaming on Netflix. Get more at David's website. David, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Appreciate you having me on. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.